Greetings, cyber citizens. Cali Joe from North Carolina. Thank you for logging in into the Prison Radio Riot and Cali Joe Are You Listening platform, November 14th, 2024. An unprecedented situation has come for those supporting social and criminal justice reform. A light has shined on the horizon. A report with research on the disproportionate use of a life without parole has been supported by the United Nations concerning the United States. More on that in a moment. The people have spoken. A great message this election. Many elected officials have a criminal record, including the office of President by Donald Trump. With the Constitution allowing for a convicted felon to hold such office, it should also mean other convicted felons should be allowed in private and government sectors, even including the military. I'd make a great greeter for the military's canteen. Perhaps we can network with the Trump administration and focus on the hiring of convicted felons. This is good news for those wanting a better life after paying their debt to society. Cyber citizens, are you ready for social and criminal justice networking and solutions? Thanks to TMZ and Kim Kardashian both for currently and newly elected district attorneys of Los Angeles, all of which are supporting the release of Eric and Lyle Menendez after more than 30 years, even going to the extent of petitioning California Governor Gavin Newsom for commuting the brothers' life sentence. Thank you to Insecure and the North Carolina prison system for the following information that was timely given. On November 3rd, 2023, the United Nations recommended that the United States establish a moratorium on the imposition of sentences to life without parole. The United States is obligated to abide by the ICCPR, which is the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. This is one of the three international human rights treaties that our nation has ratified. In its concluding observation of the petition, the committee found that the U.S. is out of compliance with the treaty on most of the issues. Perhaps we need to bring this to the attention of the Trump administration, because the Biden administration has ignored the mandate of the United Nations since 2023. Would this be a conflict of interest because the Biden administration participated years ago with the stoking the flames for the lock 'em up in the Clinton era of criminal justice? I find it rather curious that as Trump fell into the pit in the cauldron of the criminal justice system, so did Hunter Biden. Perhaps we should network with our churches, synagogues, and mosques. We need a discussion on forgiveness and redemption. Cyber citizens, it wasn't long ago when we decided that those under age 18 should not be sentenced to life without parole. Now those under 18 are given life with a chance of parole after 25 years. This does not mean they will ever get out of it. It just means it's an opportunity with review after 25 years. Some will still die as old men in prison. We have seen the Biden and Trump convictions, and some may have validity for being imposed improperly. I can attest to the improper acts done for my life without parole sentence, as I previously spoken of. I am certain we are not alone in the disproportionate use of life without parole and other convictions. So, in keeping with the United Nations, with all things considered, Eric and Lyle Menendez should be released from their life sentences. Let's have this conversation. And I want to ask a question. How does one decide what qualifies a person to die in prison? Where do we get our values for crime and punishment? Perhaps the Trump administration will do a study on how long it does take to rehabilitate a violent crime such as murder. Cyber citizens, let's support this mandate by the United Nations and bring this conversation to center stage. Thank you. This is Cali Joe. Are you listening?